Now, in a way, that's the way Israel is. They're dead in large part to even know who they are, or where they are, or what's wrong with them. And I'm talking specifically about the 10 tribes that went north over the Caucasus Mountains. Pretty well we know where the house of Judah is. But the house of Israel, God hasn't lost them. He never loses anyone. But many of them have lost their way, and they are ill. Let's go with time for the actuality. Wake up, Judah. It's late. I would say something else to Judah. Get off your brother Jacob's back. A word to the wise is sufficient. 13. Thou shouldest not have the house of Israel and the house of Judah both. God protects. The house of Judah, we know where it's at. It's back in Jerusalem, basically, in part. But the house of Israel, he scattered over the Caucasus Mountains, settled Europe. Many of them later coming to Canada and the Americas, makes up the house of Israel today. The 10 tribes. Not the tribe of Judah, that's the house of Judah. The house of Israel, he always fights for, as well as the house of Judah. As long as you obey him. Big difference. 15.
Expecting protection of his children. But what is the counsel that they take? It is to, the purpose of their counsel, we're going to see, is to annihilate Israel. Sound familiar to the news today? Verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that Israel would no more be a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Now, Israel today, for the most part, the only descendants of Jacob you're going to find there basically are of the tribe of Judah. The other people of Israel went north after the Assyrian captivity over the Caucasus Mountains and became known as the Caucasian peoples of the world today. They went and settled in Europe, and later they migrated on across the Atlantic and settled in the United States and Canada. And you talk was because the tares look just like the wheat. And if you go tearing what you think is tares out of the wheat field, you're going to end up tearing some of God's children right along with them. So better to let the angels. And just as some of the tares look like wheat, some of the Kenites look just like Judah. And that's the reason Jesus talked to the church of Philadelphia and Smyrna. And he said, you know who those are who claim to be of Judah, our brother Judah, the tribe of Israel of Judah, but are liars, in other words, and they're not. They're of the synagogue of Satan. That's a very important parable.
Please go into more detail on who are the Kenites. I know they are from Cain, but can you explain more? Are they the terrorists of today? No, they're not. Okay. Are they a race? Yes, they are a race. They are the Kenites is simply a Hebrew word that means the offspring, progeny of Cain. And they are scattered throughout the world. But they are organized. They do know basically who they are. And they are, what are we to do about them? That's why God taught the tares, that is the Kenites. He said, leave them alone. You can't tell, most people are not intelligent enough to be able to tell them from the wheat. They don't know the difference. And in destroying the tares, you destroy more wheat than you do the tares. So you leave them alone and let God and the angels handle it, as it is written in Matthew chapter 13. The Kenites are mentioned many times. They were already keeping books for Judah, the tribe of Judah, way back in 1 Chronicles chapter 2, verse 55. This is why you want to be very careful who is your translator.